In this session, we're going to look at a little exercise that I call World Traveller. And it's based on a lot of the photos that we do take when we travel. We like to put photos of ourselves and our family in front of famous landmarks. I've just got a couple here open. So my daughter there on the barge in front of the Eiffel Tower. There's me in front of a Van Gogh painting. My daughter again in Athens with the Acropolis in the background. So we try to tie ourselves into these famous locations and landmarks to give context and for memories and so on. So basically thought during the COVID lockdowns that we can't travel, but imagine if we wanted to travel, where would we want to travel to, and what would we do? So this little task is about placing yourself in front of photos of places from around the world. And I thought of doing it like postcards because there was a time when wherever you went somewhere, you would send back a postcard from a city. And I've got an old vintage postcard here, which I'm just going to open. There it is. Like of Melbourne, Australia, very old vintage postcards. Modern ones would have been different. They would have been photos, but I've got them for another reason as well. But you need, to have that sort of thinking about, what you're doing. Now you also need your photos of yourself isolated from your backgrounds. There's me from some of the other exercises I've done. I've got this one here. There's no background. That's actually from the Van Gogh photo I showed you earlier. And there's a full-length one here too, and they're really handy to have. Not the most flattering photo in the world, but well, I'm over it. So first thing, how do we get our photo of ourselves isolated from our background? So I'm going to open this photo in Photoshop. This is the full-length one. So there it is, and you can see that's myself and my wife actually in front of Ned Kelly's armour, how it used to be displayed in the Victorian Museum. It's different, Victorian State Library. It's different now. And the tool we want is this one, the Object Selection tool. It's there with the magic wand, the quick selection tool and so on. And it's in a couple of workspaces. It's in Essentials and it's in Photography. If in doubt, go to Essentials and there it is. So we click on the Object Selection tool and we'll quite simply just go around it, let the thing do itself. You've got the spinning wheel of Macbeth, and there it goes. It's actually selected me. It's gone around, put the marquee around me. And now I can copy that and paste that into another image. I could copy and paste it into a blank image. Or if I'm saying I just want to use this image, if I go select and inverse, I've reversed the mask, so it's the background that's going to delete. Now, I have to go over here and I have to choose layer from background because as you see, the background is locked. So now it's layer 0. So I can edit it. Do I just hit delete? There it is. There's me with out of background that I can be placed into any other picture. I won't save that, but that's how you do it. It's very simple. You can, of course, go around with the eraser tool and so on and be even more careful and have slightly blurry soft edges and so on. But that's how we create it. So I'm going to open an image. Now, I've got a blank postcard image here, which is 15 by 10 centimetres or 6 by 4 inches. If you're going to go to Photoshop and do that new, you go File, New, and this photo is the size we want. There we go, 6 by 4. I did that, there we go, we'll open that. So there's our 6 by 4. Now I can have it horizontal or vertical. If I wanted it vertical, I would rotate it. So in this case, because I'm going to rotate it, so image rotation, 90 degrees counterclockwise. There we go. So there's our vertical image. Now I'm going to grab this photo of Notre Dame that I've got, and I'm going to drag it in. So there's my background. It fits in there quite nicely. I can move it round to whatever height I want. I can scale it a bit more. and then I click there to place it. Now at this point I don't need to edit this background image. There's another task where I would, but if I did I would have to rasterize the image because that's a smart object. So I'm going to grab one of my isolated me's. I'll grab this one from here, and there it is. Look, I'm not even going to edit that. So there, very quickly, is me in front of Notre Dame. Simple as that. There's not much more to do with it. If I could use a different image, I'm just going to delete that layer. Delete that, and I might grab this image here. Scale it down a bit. Play around with the height, and so on. I'm not even going to keep that. And there again, I'm in front of Notre Dame. And I could hit save that, and that's my World Traveller image. I have a couple of other examples here that I can just quickly show you. World Traveller PSD, so there's the Paris one, the Eiffel Tower, and with the same image, I've got an Athens one. So it's a really simple little task. You could get quite involved, and depending on the image you choose, you could, don't save that one, you could place yourself further into the image. But most of the background images that I've picked deliberately to have this sort of effect going back to the original image there, with the person in the front and the image in the back, using them as backgrounds to what you're doing. Now, I showed you the old postcards for a minute. I was playing around with that idea. I thought, what if I got a vintage postcard and I put myself into the vintage postcard? So I've done that here. So there's my vintage postcard. I've put my photo in and I've filtered it to create the same look. So I'm just going to turn that layer off. I'll show you how I've done it. So I've used this figure here. I've dropped myself in. I've made it a bit smaller. Now, because this one has this unseen banner across here saying Flinders Street Railway Station, this image here where my legs were cut off is going to work quite well. So I line it up there, and then I play with the height. Maybe a little bit lower. That'll work. So, okay, all very well, but I'm a photograph, and that's a sort of flat painted drawing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my filters, and I'm going to go into my filter gallery here, and I'm looking for cutout. That's what I'm going to use for this. There we go, cutout up there. Now, I can play around with the number of levels. Yeah. So obviously more levels is going to be important. I've just taken it back to like 2 there. Bring it up. So I don't want too many because it looks too much like a photograph. But I'm trying to match what's in the image behind. So I think 4 or 5 could be quite good. Let's go back to 4. Yeah, that'll do. 4. I can play with the edge simplicity and how sharp it is, and the edge fidelity. You can see slight changes there. But I like that, and I hit OK. So there I am. I'm cut out and done much the same way as my Melbourne background. And so I can save myself into that. And that creates another version of this World Traveller, but putting it in a vintage postcard format. So you can have a bit of fun with that. So it's an extension of what we were doing. And I've done the same with the Sydney image. Let's just grab the Sydney one from over here. There we go. Now, this was a bit more difficult because our Sydney image is quite heavily textured. And it looks like it's an oil painting on canvas. So I'm just going to recreate that again. So I'm going to drag this photo in. I just resize it a bit. Put myself into that corner very carefully. There I am. Now I need to rasterize my layer so I can edit it. So I'm going to go to my filter gallery again. Make sure you don't click the one up the top there because that's just going to repeat the last action. Go to here, filter gallery. Now I'm going to go to first up to texture. And I'm going to go to texturizer. I want to select canvas. You can see you get brick, burlap, might be different. Or I want canvas in this case. I can play around with the coarseness of the canvas, trying to match it a bit. How the relief, that's how much it sticks out, makes it even coarser. And even the lighting, you see a whole range of which ways the lighting is coming from, trying to match what's in the picture. So I'm going to hit OK to start with. So that's almost got it there. That's actually coming pretty close. But I just want to make it look a little bit more like a painting because you can see these painted edges here. So I go to filter. I'm going to go to filter gallery here. I'm going to go to artistic and I could try dry brush if I wanted to. I could paint daubs. No, I don't like the look of that. Watercolour, smudge stick. I'll go to dry brush. Brush detail, make it much more detailed. That's a little bit too painted actually. So in fact, what we're going to do, I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to go undo filter gallery. I'm going to put my dry brush first because it hasn't worked the other way around very well. So we're going to go filter, filter gallery. I'll go back to artistic and I'll go to my dry brush. Make the brush size fairly small. Give it a fair bit of detail. That'll do, hit OK. Now I'll put my texture on. So sometimes the order in which you combine your filters kind of change the effect. And you just saw that quite significantly. I go to texture. I'm going to go texturizer. I will choose my canvas and we can see it there. You can see it could be brick if I wanted. Burlap, which is much coarser. I'll go to canvas. That's the setting that I had originally. Play with the relief if I want to, bring it back down a bit. And I'm going to hit OK. And there's my image, my Sydney, Australia postcard with me in it, looking like I'm part of the painting. So yet another way of playing around with your world traveller idea. So find photos that you might use. I've used photos here that I've actually taken, but obviously you could just get them from the internet. Think up your areas. You might go, okay, Paris, I want to be in Paris, or Sydney, I want to be in Sydney, I want to be in Melbourne, and try and pick some of the really kitschy landscape, kitschy landmarks. There's a Paris one that I thought of, the Arc de Triomphe. I would have put myself in front of it. I do actually have a photo of myself in front of it, but that wouldn't be the point. That's what I'm trying to recreate. So get out there, have a bit of fun, and send yourself, your family member, your dog, your garden gnome, whatever object you want to do. It doesn't necessarily have to just be you. Send them around the world. It's postcards from the world. If you wanted to do the postcard thing, but not with an actual postcard, you could get your world traveller, and you could then put the text in. Here we go, text. Greetings from Paris. Well, it's a little bit big, isn't it? Let's get back to a usable font. We might undo that and do that again. So delete my text layer. Let's try again. Go to my text layer here, text, click here. 16 point, there's our lorem ipsum, so we just hit that. Greetings from Paris. Make it whatever size you wanted to, or whatever. Font, that's just a very simple font there, Impact. But you can even create the postcard thing. So choose whatever font you wanted. Something a little bit, yeah, that looks more fun. Greetings. There we go. You could add that in as well if you wanted to play the postcard look a little bit more, and you could do a lot more work on that. But that's just another idea of how to play around with it. So get out there, have a go with Photoshop, and travel around the world without leaving your computer.